Hey guys, today's class is going to be focused on detoxing. So we'll do a little bit of lymphatic flow. So moving our lymphatic fluid, our waste. I'll talk a little bit more about what that is if you're unfamiliar with it. And then we'll do some twisting to kind of wring out any residual toxins that might be still stored in our tissues. And even if they're not toxins, just waste material in general, just getting out that which we no longer need and kind of purging and clearing. So we'll start standing. If you're newer to yoga or if you have any injuries, please be mindful of them. Feel free to modify, do these poses to suit your needs, and take it one step at a time. There's no performance in yoga, right? It doesn't matter. You're just here to do some therapy and feel a little bit better than you started. You may want some blocks. Those are always helpful to have around just in case. Okay, any comfortable standing position here. Maybe even bring your feet hip width apart or even wider and start to sway a little side to side, incorporating a little bit of movement. Connecting to your breath, noticing your inhales, noticing your exhales. Maybe even regulating them, creating a steady, rhythmic, beautiful tempo. Maybe a little bit more bopping, kind of picking up a foot, bopping side to side. If you want to get sassy with it, you can add a little hip swing. Maybe that's why people love dancing so much, because you're doing lymphatic drainage. You feel refreshed, renewed, you feel good. And it's something kind of ancestral that humans have always done, is to dance, to get it out. So perhaps there's something to this. Start waving your hands a little bit, shaking your hands, bring them up by your head and shake them out. Your lymphatic fluid is your waste material. So your body has all these processes. It's always doing all this cellular turnover, all your organs are working. There's a lot of things happening. And with all of this work that's happening, there's a byproduct. There's a waste material behind all of those different jobs that your body's doing. So that waste material gets flushed out of you. So your lymphatic system is the system that does that. So the lymphatic fluid is the garbage or the metabolic waste, and your lymph nodes, which are throughout your body in different areas, are the areas that lymphatic waste is being processed. It's kind of like the lymphatic fluid is the garbage and your lymph nodes are the dump where the garbage is being stored and processed. And we don't want that dump to overflow. We don't want the garbage to stay there too long because it'll get stagnant and create disease and just sluggishness overall, right? Kind of a grayish way of being, if that makes any sense. Bring those arms up overhead, get a little bit more active with your bopping side to side. Whew. Start letting things move through you. Let gravity help you out with this. Now we're going to focus a little bit more on helping those lymph nodes to drain out. So make a soft fist. I'll get close to the camera so you can see. Not a hard fist, but a soft fist with your right hand, and bring your left arm up. And we're still bopping side to side. And what we'll do is go from your hand, the inside of your hand, all the way up the arm, go to the inside of the elbow. Yeah, inside of your joints. Joints sometimes will be areas of culminated energy, stuck stagnation. So we're gonna move that out, go all the way up the arm, go to the armpit. Armpit's a really important spot to hit, especially as women. We wanna drain out those lymph nodes that are near our breasts. Go up the other side of the arm and take a few passes from your hand to your inner elbow, to the armpit, and back around. Woo. Clearing it out with that soft fist, a little pounding and a little bopping side to side. And then go down the side of your body. Go down the rib cage, down your waistline. Still bopping. Gentle movement. If you've got a little trampoline, those little mini ones, that would be phenomenal to add to this practice. Getting that little bounce. All right, other side. Left hand into a soft fist. Go into the palm of your hand and start going down to the inner elbow. Make sure you get your way into that armpit. There's an area for culminated stuck energy. That's why sometimes it smells. That's your garbage coming out of you. That's your waste material. You don't want it stuck. And guess what deodorant does? It keeps it stuck there. So then when you don't wear deodorant that one day, you stink because that's backed up. Deodorant is caca. No pun intended. Yeah, especially antiperspirant. That's the worst stuff ever. You don't want to stop your perspiration. That's clogging up your garbage disposal, right? You need that garbage to be disposed of. You don't want to stop it. All right. Go down the side body, down the ribs. Oh, it feels good. Go down into the waistline, down the side of your body. Ooh, clearing all these channels. Okay. Soft fist with both hands. Go to your chest. Oh, Tarzan style. Oh, from your sternum, right? That bone in the middle of your chest, all the way under your collarbones and go out. Ooh, I'm hitting the mic. Let me move that bad boy. From middle to out. From middle to out. Ooh, maybe make some sound because that makes it so much more fun. All the way out. Maybe there was a reason why Tarzan did this. Maybe he was doing lymphatic drainage, guys. All right, even a little bit up towards your throat. Get into your thyroid a little, thyroid and then down to the thalamus. So hit up some of these major organs. Yeah. Ooh, these glands could always use a little bit of stimulation, a little bit of love. All right. All right, going down to the belly, you can make a hand now instead of a fist and just soft slapping, drawing some circles on your belly. Circling, circling, circling the other direction. Circling, circling. All right, going into the groin, so the bikini area here. A lot of lymph nodes in that area. Get in there, get at it. Soft slapping. Just start to move any stagnation. Go down the inner thighs. Yeah. Down the legs. Go around, wrap around to the outside of the legs and then go behind your knees. Get behind your knees. Another area for a culmination of lymph nodes. That's it. All the way up your thighs. Make that soft fist again. Get into your tush. Into the sacrum, that little triangle bone at the base of your spine. And then into that lower back. Ooh, get those kidneys. Oh, yeah. Ooh. All right, shake it out again. Shake it out. Arms way up high. Shake it out. Side to side, bop it out. Just a few more breaths here. Moving. Sluggishness. Moving stuck energy. Moving stuck waste material. So that our body will refresh and renew. Our body knows how to produce new cells. Our body knows how to heal itself. Let's just help it in that process by clearing out the old, flushing it out. All right? You can't take an inhale unless you take an exhale. You gotta let go in order to receive. All right? You gotta unclutter so you make space for new. All the stereotypical yoga sayings, I got them all. All right, release. Come to center, settle it down. Woo, feel all that tingling, that aliveness. Maybe even bring your hands out to the sides and you start to bring them closer and closer together. Ooh, feeling that energy because you're clear and you can feel more of that subtle energy. Okay, let's come through to a seated position. So coming onto your tush, maybe drink some water if you got it, especially after doing lymph fluid drainage. You may find yourself peeing a little bit more, and that's a good thing. Your body's releasing through your pee, through your sweat, through your exhales. Grabbing your shins or your knees. Regulating your breath in and out through your nose. Inhale, lift your heart, look up. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, lift your heart, look up. Exhale round. Take a couple at your own pace. I got a good little playlist that's pretty fun for this class, so I'll link it in the description below if you want to follow along and perhaps, hopefully, even sing along. Bring it back to center, taking your arms out to your sides. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up. Feel like you could pull the arms back and apart, but don't let them actually come apart. Get really tall here. And circle over your head. Draw circles over your head with your palms. Circle the other direction. If your shoulders are a little on the tighter side, that's okay. Smaller circles. Subtle movement still works. If not, working even better than big movements. So allow yourself to be where you're at with no judgment, just being. Back to center, right hand down to the right, left arm up and over. If you're pretty warmed up, maybe that right forearm comes to the ground, but not if your left tush lifts up, right? You're cheating yourself out of this beautiful side body stretch. Keep your left sit bone grounded. As you reach that left arm over your head, twist and look up, shoulder down away from your ear. Now we're flapping this wing. This left arm is going to reach back down by our side. Inhale to reach it up. Exhale to bring it down. Inhale to bring it up. Take a few more at your own pace. And again, we're kind of pumping into some of these areas of lymph nodes, of culmination of waste material. Kind of helping to pump and flush it out. Bring it back overhead. Arms reach up. Inhale. Take it to the other side. Left hand or left forearm down, keeping your right sit bone grounded into the mat. Right bicep by your ear. Shoulder blade is down your back as you turn to look up towards the ceiling. Feeling that side body stretch and breathing into your right ribs, feeling expansion with each inhale. And we'll move just the right arm. As you exhale, the right arm reaches down by your side. And as you inhale, the right arm reaches back up by your head. Use your breath to guide you here as you go at your own pace. That's really important to start taking agency over your own healing. Finding your healing tempo, your healing methods. Bring it all the way up. Arms reach up. Get really tall through both side bodies. Inhale. Exhale, take a twist to the right. Right hand behind you. Left hand to your right knee. Inhale, get really tall. And exhale to twist, looking over your right shoulder. Everywhere I will be with you. Everything I will do for you. Inhale, arms reach up. Look back to the center. And then exhale, take it to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand to your left knee. Inhale, get tall. And exhale, twist to the left. Under pure skies of pure bright stars. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold it forward over your shins. Now, if you're a little tighter in the back or working with some lower back stuff, maybe that's a very subtle fold. If you're feeling good and you want to go deeper, maybe you're really working into a deeper fold here. Test it out. See what's best for you. Always, forever, here, closer together, everywhere. I will be with you, everything I will do for you. Walk it back up. Okay, roll forward to all fours. So if your knees are happy with it, you can alley-oop right over your knees. Come through to a tabletop. If your knees are not happy with that option, perhaps you take your feet out to the side and kind of curtsy your way through to a tabletop position. As though your belly button could draw circles on the floor. Start to spiral around here. You love, love forever, never stop loving, whenever, near and far and always and everywhere and everything. Circle the other direction. Moving your knees, your hips, your wrists, your shoulders. Bring it back to center. A little side to side. Bring your right shoulder and your right hip towards each other. Like you're doing a little side crunch. And then left shoulder and left hip. And take it side to side, but you're still moving in connection with your breath. So there's this rhythmic tempo that weaves itself through your whole practice. Maybe it weaves itself through your whole day, your whole week, your whole life. Each inhale, each exhale, weaving you into the present moment. Bring it back to center. Taking your right foot forward between your hands. Now, if that's a little tricky, blocks could come in handy here, where you bring your hands to your blocks or pillows or books or pasta boxes, whatever you're using, and bring your right foot forward. Makes it a little easier to scoot your foot between your hands. Bring your hands up to your right thigh. Get tall in the torso. Okay. Starting with a really simple twist, and then we'll build up from there. Left hand to the outside of your knee. Right arm reaches behind you. Inhale, keep your torso tall. Exhale, twist, looking over your right shoulder. All right, releasing that. Taking your left hand to the floor or to your block if your hand's not making it all the way to the floor comfortably. And start to reach your right arm up, twist up, look up towards the ceiling. Notice if that right hip likes to swing out. Sometimes, especially for my flexies, that happens. So we're gonna pull the right hip in place, squeeze your inner thighs together to stabilize the hips, and allow this twist to happen more so from your belly button to your head, so that the hips and the lower back stay pretty safe and neutral. Circle the right arm. Take a few of those big shoulder circles in one direction. Circle the other. Just like a prayer, you know I'll take you there. Reach your right arm up. And release your right hand down to the floor or to your blocks. Send your right leg back. And your left foot forward. Come up to your left thigh. Get tall. So I'm singing for you guys because YouTube won't let me play all my cool music. But they can't copyright me if I'm just singing, right? Right hand on the outside of your knee. Left arm draws behind you. Inhale to get a long spine. And exhale to twist to the left. Let the choir sing. When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. Down on my knees, I want to take you there. I can feel your power. Releasing. Right hand to either your block or to the floor. And still twisting, left arm reaches up. Similar twist, but a different perspective to gravity. Squeezing the inner thighs together to keep your hips pretty neutral here so they're not swinging out. And you'll twist from the spine rather than the hips and lower back. So we'll get a little bit of lengthening through the arms, broadening through your collarbones, and opening up through the heart. Releasing, hands to floor or blocks as you send your left leg back and shake it out. Let's see if we can start delving into a little bit of a deeper twist. Right foot forward between your hands, hands up to your right thigh. Start by getting a long spine. Belly is in, crown reaches up. First option is to take the twist we took earlier. Right hand behind you, left hand to your right knee. Second option, hands to your heart center like a prayer position. Lift your chest to meet your thumbs, twist to the right, and hook your left elbow to the outside of your knee. If you're a little wobbly here, squeeze the inner thighs, find stability at your center, belly in. Maybe even tuck those back toes under so that you have a little bit of a kickstand to help you feel more stable. And you're twisting, inhaling to length, exhaling to twist. Now, if you still want to take this a little deeper, left hand to the floor on the outside of your foot. Right arm reaches up. This is a pretty deep twist, so take it nice and slow. Your voice can take me there, just like a mystery. You are a mystery, just like a dream. You are not what you seem. Releasing. Good. Pull your hips back for a moment. You can have your hands on blocks or on floor as you straighten out your right leg and give yourself a little fold here. So imagine you were kind of wringing everything out. Now you're folding and letting everything drain out. The right toes are curling up. The inner thighs are still squeezing to maintain the squaring of your hips. Soften the right knee, bring it back. Left foot forward between your hands. Hands up to your left thigh. I'll move this way so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Options here, right hand to your knee, left arm behind you, staying with that kind of neutral spine as you twist. Or if you're ready to take it deeper, hands to your heart center like a prayer position. Lift your sternum to meet your thumbs and twist to the left. Right elbow hooks to the knee. Try not to collapse your torso. See that collapse here? See if you can keep your chest pressing up towards your thumbs, keeping your torso off your thigh the best that you can. Inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to twist to the left. Again, you could always tuck those back toes under to find a little bit more of a stability pose here. And if you'd like, you could even reach that right arm down and the left arm up. Releasing. Hands to the floor or to your blocks. As you pull your hips back and straighten out the left leg. Curl your toes towards your head and fold in to whatever degree works for you. Be mindful about hunching over, trying to get your head to your leg. Perhaps instead you keep a long and kind of neutral spine and you work your belly to your thigh. Instead of your head coming down, let your belly come down. So that way you keep your lower back flat and safe. This is going to be a little bit of hamstrings, but we really want to focus on the forward fold through our torso for this detox flow. I do have other videos that will give you a full leg stretch. If you're looking for that, look for that in my list of videos. Releasing, bending your front knee, bring your left leg back, shake it out. Taking your right arm up, twist and look up. Sweep your right arm under your left hand, shoulder down, head down. Maybe your left arm reaches long to the front of your mat, or maybe your left arm wraps behind your back. Maybe even grabbing your opposite thigh as you twist here, letting your body weight drop. Now, if your head doesn't come all the way down, use a block under your head or a pillow. Releasing, left hand by your face. Press yourself back up to all fours. Shake it out. Left arm reaches up. I realized that I forgot those shoulder circles on the left side when we were just doing our lunge twist. So do a few shoulder circles here so that I feel good about myself and that you feel more complete. Circle the other direction. There's this joke in the yoga world. It's called a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect. Left arm reaches under your right hand. So the left shoulder comes down, left side of your head comes to the floor or to your block. Right arm can extend straight out to the front of your mat. Or right arm can reach behind your back, perhaps even binding to that left thigh. As you reach that right shoulder, open, 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 twist. Yes, I swear it's the truth. And I owe it all to you, 'cause I had the time of my life. Right hand by your face. Press it all the way up. Shake it out side to side. Okay, a little bit of a deeper twist. You can have your hands on your blocks or hands on the floor as you step your right foot forward between your hands. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. So we come into a longer lunge. Come onto your fingertips. Hollow out your hands, hollow out your armpits, hollow out your belly. Belly pulls in. Inhale, rise all the way up into your crescent lunge. A little squeeze of those inner thighs so you're stable. Hands to your heart in that prayer position. Lift your chest to meet your thumbs. Take a twist to the right. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, twist. Now I like to bring my left knee down for a moment while I place my left elbow on the knee. That way I have stability and I can build this pose from a strong foundation. If you're staying with your hands at your heart, hang out there. If you want to explore that open arm position, left arm down, right arm up. Now we'll build into another option, binding. Right arm behind your back, left hand under your thigh. Maybe you're grabbing a strap, a towel, your fingers, or if you're deep enough, your left hand wraps around your right waist, right? The wrapper is the grabber. The left arm is the wrapper. It's wrapping around your right leg. Perhaps you pick that back knee up again and squeeze the inner thighs to stabilize as you twist your heart up towards the ceiling. Inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to twist. Releasing, hands to the floor or hands to your blocks. As you step your back foot in a little closer, turn the heel in and down. Straightening out your front leg. Notice if your hips are kind of like off center here, off kilter. Can you squeeze the inner thighs? Flatten out the lower back. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. Again, hands to blocks at whatever setting or hands to your mat. Maybe if you're taking it deeper, your fingers face the back of your mat and you pull yourself in. Maybe even grabbing that back leg. There's so many maybes. There's so many beautiful places to go in this practice, in this life. So many options. And I owe it all to you. Hands back by your foot. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, bending your right knee. Left knee to the floor. Right leg back. Shake it out. Let's give ourselves a couple back bends. Tuck your toes. Push your chest through your arms. Inhale, looking forward, getting a little back bend here. And then untuck your toes. Exhale as you round your back. Inhale, tuck your toes. Pull your chest through your arms. Exhale, round. Push your hands through the floor as you round your spine to the sky. One more. Inhale, tuck your toes. Push your heart through the arms. Hands pull towards knees. Exhale to round as your hands push through the floor. Open up between those shoulder blades. Bring it back to center. Left foot forward between your hands. All right, come onto your fingertips. Hollow out the palms, hollow out your armpits, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, and squeeze those inner thighs together. Start from a stable place. Inhale to rise up to your crescent lunge and bring your hands to your heart in that prayer position, lifting your chest to meet your thumbs. Inhale, get tall. Exhale to twist. Inhale to get tall. Exhale to twist. Guys, remember, if at any point this version is a little intense for you, bring your back knee down, okay? It's always an option. Modify and make this your own. Okay, before we go deeper into the twist, I like to bring that back knee down so that I can be in a stable place to go deep into a twist, and then choose your options. Hands to your heart, arms extended out, or exalted as they call it in the yoga world. Maybe a bind. Right hand, right arm goes under your thigh, left hand goes behind your back, and you find whatever you can grab. Strap, towel, fingers, or wrist. This instance would be the right hand grabbing your left wrist. If you're encouraging that back knee to lift, you're going to tuck the right toes, lift the back knee, squeeze the inner thighs so that you're stable in this lunge twist. Still drawing that left hip back so you can lengthen out that left side body as you twist. With each inhale, you get a little longer. Each exhale, you twist a little deeper. Releasing, hands to the floor or to your blocks. Walk your back foot in a little closer, turn the heel in. You want to keep your feet hip width apart so that you can square that left hip back. Perhaps you keep your hands on your blocks or hands to the floor as you inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold in. If you want to take it deeper, your fingers face the back of your mat as you kind of pull into yourself. Or even grab your right leg and pull in. Got to let love rule. This is another good one, Lenny Kravitz. Let love rule. We've got to let love rule. This is one of the best concerts I've ever been to, Lenny Kravitz. It was before he cut his hair, though. Just saying. Releasing. Hands to frame your foot. Soften the left knee as you allow the right knee to come down, the left knee to come back. Shake it out. Tuck your toes under. Sit onto your heels. Give yourself a moment to regulate your breath. Maybe towel down. Maybe a sip of water. Coming through to seated. You can cross your shins, sit back over your feet, let your legs come forward if your knees are happy with that. If not, send your feet out to the side. Come through to seated. It doesn't matter. We're all going to get to the same place. Okay. Legs out in front of you. Shimmy a little forward and a little bit back so you can find those sit bones at the bottom of your tush and ground them into the mat. Hands down by your sides. Push down into your hands, get tall in the torso, even curling your toes towards your head. Keep this as an active pose. Shoulders are down, chin is slightly tucked, just enough that you can get a long neck. Get a continuation of that long spine. Turn your fingers to face the back of your mat. Now push your hands into the mat to kind of draw your torso forward. Drawing forward as you keep that encouragement of that momentum forward by pushing your hands behind you, drawing your heart forward. Once you find your full expression, you reach forward and grab whatever's available. So maybe that's your shins. Maybe that's your feet. Maybe that's a strap, belt, or a towel that you use as a strap. That works too. If you're going a little deeper, you wrap and grab. Maybe you grab a hold of your wrists around the bottoms of your feet. You inhale to get a little longer. Exhale, tuck your chin and encourage that lengthening and deepening as you fold in. Big toes are pressing towards each other. Keep that midline active. Release, bring it all the way back up. Take your hands behind you, fingers facing forward. Walk your feet in so they're about hip width apart. Pushing into your hands and feet, lift your hips. Now maybe you lift just a little bit. That's okay. See if your shoulders are okay with lifting a little bit more. Perhaps you lift your hips in line with your knees. You can look up, or if your neck is okay with it, look back. Lift a little higher as you inhale. Exhale, release it gently down to the floor. Keep your right knee bent, let your left leg go straight. Starting with a simple twist here, your right foot is a little bit away from your left thigh. See that gap there? It's about a 2-fist distance gap between my foot and my thigh. That gap gives me enough space to fold forward. Now, you can grab your left shin or your left foot, if that's available, or you can even bind here, right arm in front of your shin, left hand behind your back. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold in. Oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be. Bring it up. Keeping your legs where they are. Take an inhale to get tall. Exhale, twisting to the right. Your right hand goes behind you. Left arm reaches up. And now one option is to hug your knee with your left arm. Another option to go deeper is to bring your elbow to the outside of the knee. And if you're still working on a deeper twist than that, you're going to bind your left arm in front of your shin, your right hand behind your back. I'll spin around so that you guys can see. You're pressing firmly into that right foot so it's grounded. Firmly into your sit bones as you get tall, reaching your crown up. Each exhale, you twist a little deeper. Releasing. Release your right leg. Left knee bends. Keep about 2 fist distance space between your foot and your thigh. Your left heel is pretty much in line with your tush, right? So not too out, not too in. Just enough space for you to fold down the center. Yeah, you can use your arms to grab your right shin, your right foot, whatever's available. Or you can bind. Left arm in front of your shin, right hand behind your back. You can grab your towel or your strap or your hands or wrists. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. If you're binding, remember the wrapper is the grabber. So in this instance, the left arm is wrapping around the right leg. The left arm is wrapping around the left leg and grabbing hold of your right wrist. Inhale brings you all the way back up. Release your bind if you have it and take a little twist. Left hand behind you. Inhale, get tall, reach that right arm up. Exhale, first option, hug your knee with your right arm. Second option, a little deeper, take your arm to the outside of your right knee. And third option is to bind right arm in front of your shin, left hand behind your back. Inhale to get tall and exhale to twist to the left. The right toes are still actively curling up. Every part of you is present in every pose and every moment. Even the subtle parts, like your little pinky toe, it still has a role to play. Releasing. Let the left leg straighten out. Shake it out. Okay. Let's come on to our backs. Gently rolling all the way onto your back. Take your time. Walking your feet in. Feet are hip width apart here. Pushing down into your hands and feet. Lift your hips. Perhaps you even start to lift your back, even your upper back. If it's available, you can grab the sides of your mat and scoop your shoulders under as you pull yourself up. Squeeze those inner knees, inner thighs towards each other, creating that midline, connecting with it. If you are able to take it a little deeper, your hands clasp underneath you as you keep lifting. Slowly releasing, rolling down, upper back first, tailbone last. Let it be a slow progression back to the mat. Allow your feet to come as wide as your mat as your knees knock together. Let your back settle. Bring your arms out like a T. Let your feet come as wide as your mat, or actually wider than your mat. Wider than hip width, wider than your mat. And allow your knees to windshield wipe from side to side. Bring it back to center. Hugging your knees into your chest. Give them a little squeeze. Keeping your right knee in your chest, let the left leg go straight to the floor. Now, if that feels like it's kind of crunchy on your back, you can do this with both knees bent, okay? But if it's available, left leg is straight. Take your right knee over to the left and start to twist. Right arm out to the right, looking towards your right arm. If you feel a little bit off center, you can adjust your hips a little to the right so that perhaps you can start to stack hip over hip as best that you can. You're looking to the right. Maybe your left hand comes to your leg, your right leg, to help give it a little weight downward towards the floor. And perhaps your knee doesn't make it all the way to the floor. That's okay. It doesn't have to. For this twist, I focus a little bit more on my right shoulder staying on the floor and then allowing that knee to slowly make its way to the floor. See what feels best for you. Call me. Turn on your hot light. Let it shine wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. Releasing, draw both knees back into your chest as you come onto your back. Give them a squeeze. Keep your left knee in your chest. Let the right leg go straight to the floor. And twist. Left knee over to the right, left arm out to the left. Maybe you adjust those hips a little bit more to the left to center them and stack hip over hip. For this twist, my intention is to keep the left shoulder down and then slowly encourage that knee to draw down. Releasing both knees back into your chest. Give them a nice squeeze as you rock a little side to side. Hands to the floor, keeping your knees bent and together. Draw circles with your knees as though you're drawing circles on the ceiling. Circle it around here. Circle the other direction. And bring it back to center. Let your feet come to the floor. The knees splay out as the bottoms of your feet come together. If this feels a little crunchy on your lower back, you can use your blocks. And they're all the way over there, so I'm not going to grab them. But you can use your blocks under your thighs or under your knees as a little bit of like a bumper or support. Okay? Allow these inner thighs to open up. Allow those lymph nodes along the groin to release, to flow. Perhaps your shoulders can roll back as your palms face up. And you give yourself time to feel open, to feel clear of old patterns, old toxins, old stories. You've detoxed. You've let go of some of the sluggishness, the heaviness in the physical body and perhaps even energetically in the emotional body. And you have this sense, this feeling of being light, both physically and energetically light. Stay for a little bit longer and enjoy the lightness of being open and clear. And drawing your knees together. Give them a squeeze and ease into your chest. Lift your legs straight up into the air. Feet flat like you're standing on the ceiling. Legs straight up over your hips if that's doable on your hamstrings. Bend your knees and start to widen your legs a little bit wider than hip width. As you reach up for either your shins or your feet, you're stacking your ankles right over your knees. And you're reaching either shins or your feet. Now notice if your lower back comes up off the floor. See if you can try to maintain as much of your lower back on the mat as best you can, okay? Then reach for your shins or your feet and pull your knees down towards the floor, kind of towards your armpits. They don't necessarily have to go all the way. Towards is the main word. Towards doesn't necessarily mean that they're touching the floor. It's just a direction, not a destination. Maybe sway it out a little side to side. If you're a little bit more open in the hamstrings and in the legs, you could even straighten out the legs. Keep that lower back pressing down. And draw your knees back into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Nose towards your knees, curling into a tight little ball. A little ball of energy, a little ball of potential, a little ball of intention. Hold an intention. From this clear place, start to pull in a seed that you want to plant. Take a deep inhale. Exhale out the mouth and let everything go. Let your legs splay apart. Let your arms come down by your sides. And let your intention go out with that exhale, out into the universe. As an intention, as a vibration, as a call. You send that call out, that signal. And now you're open to receive. Let it come to you in whichever way it shows up. Lay here for a little while in this receptive, open, clear space. Softening your breath. And notice that your body responds in kind. Your tissues soften. Your nervous system responds in kind. And your thoughts soften. Notice the connection. Your breath is the gateway. It's the door into the body, the nervous system, the mind, into the subtle parts of you. Slow everything down and calm down those waves. Chitta Vritta Nirodi. They say that is the essence of yoga. Chitta Vritti Nirodi. Yoga is the cessation of the fluctuations of the mind. I think of fluctuations as waves. How do we calm those waves, especially when they're raging? Sometimes it can be hard to get all the way to the subtle mind. So we start with calming the waves in your breath, in your breathing pattern. And then calming the waves in your body, in your nervous system. And we get more and more subtle until we can get into our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions. Calming those waves. I was just on vacation in Maine to gather my herbs for medicine making for the year, to fish and to relax and to connect with family. And they told me a story of a few years before when my boyfriend's father was fishing and he lost his favorite fishing pole. It was his oldest fishing pole. It was one that his father gave him. It just got sucked in by a fish down into the water, and the waves were so raging that day that they couldn't see to the bottom and they couldn't find that fishing pole. So my boyfriend went out to that same spot the next day. And that day the waves were calm. The water was still. And he could see all the way down to the bottom. And he found that fishing pole. It's not an easy thing to do. I was pretty impressed. If you calm the waves, the fluctuations of your mind, you can see all the way down to the bottom. You can see what's causing the waves. You can find the answers that you seek. When you calm those fluctuations, you can see clearly through your intuitive third eye. Start to imagine the waves of your body and of your mind calming down until they become more and more still. And the waters of your body start to settle like glass. And you look all the way down and you can start to see what is causing those waves in the first place. Or perhaps you start to see the answers to the questions that you've had. Take a look deep inside. When you've calmed those fluctuations, it's easier to hear, to see, to feel, to intuit the answers, the guidance that is always within you. Sometimes those waves are too noisy to allow us to hear it. But now you're calm. The waves have settled. And bringing your awareness back to your breath. As you notice the rise and fall of your belly, it's gently creating little ripples along the waters of your being. Bring your awareness to your body as you wiggle your fingers and toes. Circle your wrists and ankles. Inhale to reach your arms overhead. Exhaling out the mouth. Hugging your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze as you rock from side to side. Eventually rocking to either side. And pressing yourself up to any comfortable seated position. And with your hands at your heart center, thank yourself for igniting the light within you, for releasing all that no longer serves you physically, emotionally, energetically, for allowing yourself to be in this lightness of being. May you bring this lighter version of yourself into your environments and into your relationships, and be a source of light for others. Namaste. Thank you for letting me be of service. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks. I love you. Bye.